Bat kene ke program kawan live nang ni na studio jong ka Bosco Media Network. Bat pila ban buri kijing kli kijing aiman siem bat kijing keshan jopi ha kene ke YouTube channel. Bat kumjuru pila ban pedru naka lilanki cable u number aspa nyo pukandai. Timentakas ni hakani kerensan idon bat ikong Tanisha Phanbuh ibadai I founder ni I nongsham jong kane ka tribal gomi kabadai kaway na ki Northeast pop up kitchen time I in sapenshai halor kane ka jingseng jung I hakani ka kam but ka ka jingmantoy ka ba iyo na kani ka profession ng laban ong no na kani ka kam ka ba ju malakas ni ba istonat ban pintibe shushu yala di ha kani ka jingbam ha ka ba de bat kani ka jingbam jong ka North East ban kantiu ya kani ka jingbam shaki way pat kiri bat kumjuru shaki way pat ki jaka te khuble shibun kong Tanisha Phanbuh sa sisir ba pala pa khang sa kani ka program
Kuble shibun ya firu ba fi reach out yang but fi ong nga ban wan kren ya ka Kynta ban pente ya ki brio ba ni le ayu tribal gourmet ban been popular but promote ka northeastern food
tika na do bas dang de nga la jo wat pen petu e piru pide sha bala puli sha na ka fashion design mo ha kanif tika ka baktik man si me fi pat na ka fashion design ka baktik e pi pa ba pen sutan na pa sha kan ka kam bam chani ka kam ka ba pis adu manta
jing sha ngate ngala don ha ying ja na do ba ngade like 3 or 4 years old by May but May 8 nia snotanat panya shed panya khat ki paralog lele banwan bam haying mo the ka jing bam te it's always been my favorite but also by mejonga ide history teacher but art teacher and pinmana yang ya ki arts but ka design tinggal aku alet ha ka tu ka lain ru ba ma iru ila aku aban lain ha ka tu ka lain ken the when we applied for like college applications ka interview and ka exam lele jong ka nif ka Shillong shwa the takra ngala le ka tu ngala pass ngala yo ka rank ka babha tinggal let no ya ka tu ken but food was always like my second option. The hanif there banga lecha Delhi and mangi ba Shangni ha Shillong ni la. You know, we were used to this climate and all of that and Delhi ka jingshid but ka change of food and all of that ka affect yang akin. The because nga yopang tu nga ino ka neft. The dang la ino nga perkhat gan le you menta what is the other thing I love the obviously food was the other option so but there because ngala hakatu kapor ba kam dalong like mid year thing perkhat dangale le college IHM ne hospitality college ru ngan sa repeat chi
habla byang
habla byang te ngamod ngala ko pan shutri kam ha ka industry te ngam ko waste time show te ngashkli ki paralog lele badon handeli ng fi mod pen help lang no
yarap lang pi
yarapan some entryway into the industry ken te paralog janga yung sakaway paralog janga yung bakan one kan new restaurant ha Delhi and ka day ka part jang kanika restaurant chain ba para quite hadeli ki tip like it's a famous chain tingong to I'll go for an interview whatever job I get I'll do it's okay I'll manage tingala interview ngale tang san minute tang shu ya kren but u manager lele and one try kam na mande tingala ong to there I started as guest relations again because at least if anything else my English is good I'll be able to speak well so that's how I started and ngaklam da yo ka chance ban tray ha ka ying shija jongki restaurant ba ngam day ka train chef pada bang ala palat ya ki jing bam jing shed
nado ba pidang red
nado ba dang red but I may la long la be cake man ka Saturday ngi shed baro kha jing bam khasi jing bam Assamese Bengali Punjabi baro kha ngi shed na ying te nga shukwa ken pan long ha ka industry ba nga kwa ban I just wanted to learn some more from all of these chefs. Bala train na London, Lele. The main chef jong to restaurant one na London. La your Michelin star, which is Michelin star is like the peak goal of all chefs. So that's how I started.
Aduh mentamo. Tika kani ka business na ni ka kamba bising mentaka balatip kum ka tribal gourmet. Katu pagkade haus nam arhaja kanyo pi.
Yes, 2017. Yes.
Tika tu pa pi pinmi ni ko ya katu ka kamla jong. Kade ba pi le hinaladine pi don no ya rap bakashanya pi ne hakano kadu pa pinmi ni ko ya katu ka kitchen jo pi.
They actually Hagasnam 2017 the beginning of the year nga let participate hakanika show called Phanbuh ba Wanha Z channel katuka porka don kanika channel which is owned by Z but it was called Living Foods. They it was a first time production bangi shoot ha Goa and ni shed ha food trucks and kadi like all women food show and hangto nga don tang mga balong na Northeast and ngas ngotho quite early on in the show ba dangale ka jingbam jingshet jongi na ka Northeast ne na Meghalaya ne Khasi food ngan sa paunam ba kim don manu ban compete it's very different it's very diverse mo
kibru khamlong aware shu jingbam
te ngaong ngalayo ka platform kani kan sa Wanha national TV they what better way to make people understand about northeastern food ba hado ngasdang trekam like 2015 te galalong like arsnem already in the business and ngas no tho ba danga ong da ki brio ki shikliya nga fidei nang no danga ong Shillong kim so tho danga ong Meghalaya kim dat te the ong northeast ro have ong geographically kadon cha te so that's why I was thinking this is a good platform for me to talk about northeastern food and culture and traditions and ka tradition jongi lele te kadon so much to talk about tang ki jo thu khana lele ro ban ong ne
ha ki jinga thu khana pateng ha te ka rukom em ka riti ka dustur ha te ha to ka jinga simenta jo fi ha ka to ka Femi foodies filayo yaka kedan kum top 4
yes finalist
te hakatu fi ong bakadeka ka truck competition ka bafia kompitang parakan the te ka ega jingya leng ti jo pilong pen samlam ka long kumlu ka to ka TV show jo pi ka jingdon menta jo pi hakatu ka event
actually kalong important ha ka to ka show yanga ba hadin pangawan pai na katu kashu the owner also of the restaurant I was working in ong nga ba fila like participate ha kani kashu nang ni but actually nga kando lok changa ru ha kani ka jingtrei kam jinga te it'll be a very nice story da file ka first pop up jong fi hangni restaurant jongi wanra ka ka jingbam ki story jong fi and one le ka pop up hangni that was my first pop up and idea mang hi ban one le pop up hakani ka restaurant they hadin kata that was the first and that started off what I do today
to kumjuru hakatu ka jing damanta jo fi hakatu ka TV show jongka Master Chef India season 6 te pila yo ru ya ka kedan kum top 20
yes
te hang turu long pen sam ka long kum no pat ka thabai de ba katu ka jing damanta jo fi
the Master Chef but there's a whole different experience a whole different setup kalong organize ha and but kalong tough ru ka competition nga le ki nga shat ki jingbam khasi le ru pada ki khlamda pen I ba katuka por ba nga le kidang don bun ki contestant mo but ki hab edit ban pintet yaka session ban pen ha TV te ngale pada film Peit ha TV kalong non televised round and all of that but hang tu ru nga I went with the aim ba ngan kren yaka jingbam khasi ka jingshat khasi ka jingshat bat ki stories bat ki traditions jong ka Meghalaya te hadin kata nga specify no ba ngan letang Meghalaya not the northeast ngan focus jong Meghalaya ba hado kato ka por ru kimda don ki chef bawan mi na Shillong banya kren yaka jingbam jinta khasi menta te ki don
tika kato ka master chef fundamental mo te hang tu pat ka bai dei ba ka jing shet jo pp ang ba fi shet bahai kita ki jing bam khasi jong kanika jalla jong I Meghalaya ti kilong kum no pa ya ka ha bai dei bat ki jing ber ni ki spices se ni ki jhol ki herbs te phi le kum no pat ka ru kom ban yo ekito
te kalong difficult diat mo ban procure kini ki northeastern ingredients ba kito ki ingredients kum ka nei yong nei le ki ba long dry te nga shira mga nang ni ang bo ka stock pada ki kum ki jamurdo le kalong difficult ha ba kam they die in transport but kidon ki market ha Delhi ba don ki northeastern community shatu te ki wanra by flight and all of that they nga shat yo and that inside ki ingredients nang to them don ki ingredients they have long a little bit more creative and use dang ki dry ingredients and kito ba long common diat kung ki lang ki spring onions and all of that improvise ban like a menu ba nga tinga have shed all season ngam dalaban ab yaki ayom ban one kito ki greens ban one
bo pi ka kham la kham yuru ken pi la kham khia dia ru ita na maha prakhat kam ni ka sumbeneng ru kala pher ka bada mo conditions sa ba ba ni te haba pi don mentalu ha ka jing sim menta jo fi sa ba pi tre sa ba pi kwa ru ban promote ban kanti ya kanika jalla Megha ha ka jing ba me te ka jing e pher ka ba pi sham pi haba pi don sa ba chani kalong kumlu kata ka food industry haba fi ka ba sha ba chani
see the food industry Haki cities they was very fast moving and kalong competitive and obviously kalong kibun ki options for people to go and eat at so but long creative but long unique is what is the selling point for people to come and try the food but having said that I mean Hangniru we love our food more so you can see down the road there are so many restaurants one after the other so it's a good food culture Hangniru but I just wish that there would be more restaurants shani for people who come from outside to understand mangingi atep nei but if you want local food khilek bam haki jado stall lele ba people bawan na siya bar dangim dakim don brio banya guide yaki kim tip shay ban like bam I just wish there were more of that hangni now with regards to outside it's a tough business no doubt I mean I've tried my hand at also being a restaurateur with my partners ex-partners we of course had to close during COVID but it's very tough but yanga personally I like to be very creative and nga change ki menu according to ka season ka yom ne sha e banga shet banga de ka pop-up kitchen ngam don ka fix rule ka fix module shay ba nga le collaboration but ki restaurant da kade ka traditional restaurant ne kade ka multi cuisine ne kade ka 5-star tinga change accordingly ki menu tinga enjoy ban le kum to ta ka daw nga bu kani kum ka pop up model kan
Tikum ki pat ki judging bam le ki food stand mo ki ba phi smooth tanat ha happy shimet
sorry I
kum
didn't
ki ki judging bam le ki style ki ba phi smooth tanat ha ban chef ban specialized ba
personally I like all cuisines nga internet barok ki cuisine ba I may like I said ila pin expose yang nga nadur baret ni but then nga I really like Asian cuisine and I feel like because we're very similar in our ancestry and heritage I feel like it's also easier to bring in that style of cooking with our sort of ingredients so yes
ka pat ka jingade jong fi pat ki farmers nong ram
so I am trying my best but source directly na ki farmers nang ni ba when I started this from the very beginning ka im jonga ka dei ban promote ya ka Meghalaya ya ka Northeast in general and from all aspects tinga ya kren ya ka culture ki jan ki tradition ki ingredients lele whatever in my own small way I source directly like nga try ban include haka menu ki like ban decorate ka table nga source ki textiles ki ki small handicrafts kung ka kunop lele nga use jams although nga laban hi nga laban source hi but nga kwa aban ay that source of income ya ki brio ng niru nga source ki jams nga source ka turumbay ng ni lele nga ong ki ban chat ban pack nga guide them to like seal the packet properly so that it's proper food grade and all of that so it's safe because it has to travel all the way to Delhi but I do my best so just today in fact I was talking to somebody na sora ban supply yang ki fresh fruits lele don't come because from next month onwards nga last tang biang ban le ki pop-ups ki collaborations and nga kwa ka fresh produce nga try ban connect but ki so that na ka cooperative society jong ki village lele Kenya payang directly so it's like direct farm to table
makanat bo jo phi ka biang ken ka klan ko
I'm trying to grow it yes
tika apa phi don hakini ki kitchen mo fi amanta ba fi collaborate ja bi ki jat kitchen ma ka pop up tikum no pat phi handle ki pressure kum no pat phi te la kam ya ka jing ban khia jo phi na ma kam de ka kam ka ba su shibun ki mo ki kum lalong no kum nong chat u chef mo ki ni kita fi ban ni ka deadlines then fix kata ka timing ban delivery kita baru ate long pin sam kum no phi handle ki situations kum da
it's kade happy kumno fin organize but pen schedule la jong but haka kitchen ba nga boru ka jaka ne na ki kitchen ba function like their menu functions parallelly and mine so nga don ka jaka tang baret and nga your help ya tang way our chef te nga organize kin ka system te nga don ka system jonga ba nga don ka prep list nga don ka ordering list I work in a very organized way. Prep list is separate, tool list is separate. Nga like hakato restaurant already ready with all of this, so I can organize cutlery, service, and ka yarap yanga ba because ngala don hakani ka industry ngala le front of the house le but haka restaurant la jongru nila le yaka nado ba ni we broke down the whole place and we restarted from scratch te kaya rabba ngala don experience hindiat ban set up yaka restaurant na ground zero ken They benta at least kala long systemized banga like but kiniki list and procurement list and ordering list prep list and nga done everything in series ba kan shet ka e shwa ka e ban spoil ka e dang don hap le fresh ki dates ki marks. There's a system in the kitchen, so we follow that.
To kumjurung if you should handle like if you should pituru ya ka social media marketing ki the kumno feel ya ka time management jo firu habadi ka social media marketing then content creation if big video big creator mo hakano ko do feel panwadori kita.
It's going to sound like as if I do a lot of things, and I do actually, but some of it I used to do, some of it I still do sometimes. But this kanika pop-up model jonga, it allows me to do other things also because kanika take fixed time, nila organize, nila collaborate, nila fix and confirm key dates. We work backwards from that, and free time pede nga penyerap company jong lock janga lele ketika content writing lele nga le menshwa ngam ju le show menta. I mean you can see from my Instagram nga la lesson ha but ho ki bakery lele ba nga le na do hangni ba nga sa Shillong hado na 2013 to 15 nga le bakes and nga di na ying te menta ngam chu le full scale pare da ki special request ki parlock ne ki parlock jong ki parlock patep bang big cake lele te nga le special order ya cake
tas koi pakajingkli ka bakti ngamo mane amar kamau sa fi amba pilada pilit choy katuka fashion design te happy shi me pisngo kumno haba namanta ma fi menta pila specialize ay kijing mamo te happy shi me ikini ki way pat ki bas ngap ya ka program kalong ka badan kam banyo ya kata ka degree ha ka ni ka nong kumno ki hotel management ne ki gidan ki food processing ne ki degree ba pera pe akalian jo fishmet dan kam ya kata ne ka day na ka monjo legit naladihi tapi kwa kanu ka just not happy.
I think they both it is very important to get a degree because at the end of the day hari India ngi don kam katuka kot banong ba ngi la pass kani ma kalong difficult da film don katuka kot ban prove ya la de te da film le kini ki course le kalong a little bit difficult ba fin hab really pin ba filaban le kani ka kam fi you know you can work hard, you're diligent and all of that. So for me ba ngala change nang to change ang ni samla le ai cham le te ban pin ba ho nga ru nga tip nga laban learn. I'm fast at picking up skills. It took me some time to prove that, and I feel like hado mentaru nga dang le if you already know after your class 12 da fi kwaban line ha ka hotel line fi kwaban le design, please go for it because it teaches you a lot. While haka IHM lele, I'll say that it's a very great base for you to understand industrial systems, the rules, all of that of the hotels, like your commercial kitchen, the basics of bakery, cooking, front of the house, housekeeping, kihikai load. But I've just seen that Kiniki students, after they come to work in the industry, it's very different. Sometimes you have to unlearn what you learn and learn real time. When you're training, you learn a lot more. For me personally, thankfully, kala yarap nga ba nga should pick up hakakam hi te ka experience jo nga ka de just real time experience. But then sometimes perkhat pa yes, if I did want to know a lot more technical things, then I should have gone to a college to learn all of that.
Kabli shibu filapin siya. Te kumjuru hakane ka line ka ba pida mentamo hakane ka profession. Te kumno ru pi mtang ba fishusyat ne pipin wando ki ki idea jo pi mo hani pi pet thu ru ya ka kot ka khia mo balong khul balong suba hak bam ne hak kot ka khia tu kum no pi pet thu ya kata hak ba dei ba ka jing khut ka jing bam ne ka kot ka khia ju ki bro ne hak ki jing bam ba pi pin khria
Hi. See, nga ong fi earlier ba ni don systems ne ni organize like a system ha katuka system ba ni penchat lele by law fi hap tho ha ki preparations jong fi when did you make it and ka shelf life jong ka kade hadu kat no and if you work in hotels lele ki don ki breu ba one check ha ka kitchen man kasngi ban ya pej ba fi klem da cross ka to ka date ba fi tho ma fi ba kanika shelf life jong kanika product along nang ni hado nang ni they that's one good rule that if everybody follows is keeps the food safe for people's consumption but kade it'll be all your fault if you overlook that and somebody gets sick because of your food so it's a little tricky every day dangi la rung haka shift jongi it's called shift the time that you enter your restaurant the first thing we do is when like check yaka fridge check yaki dates taste everything ban pet ba kala kam spoil ka klem da pod and all that kadang long ban bam kadang long ban shed and daka last spoils they unfortunately we have to and there is quite a lot of food wastage in the industry but then nga thing a try and minimize they nga shed tang hindian and nga shed fresh the moment it is over because nothing a ting ban pre-processed ka food and keep it for a long time
tu kumjuru haba fundamental ba ki babun teli ki brand ni mo kumnuru fi adapt le de haba fundamental ba kini ki jat big project le ne ba ki big brand ki ba fi fundamental kunu fi adapt le de pa
they first we should spend at least shita yo ha ka to ka jaka ban snow tho ba ki function kumnu maki ki service team jong ki kalong kumno ki chefs kalong kumno how busy katuka restaurant is on a daily basis but it's a little bit of an obstruction to them also for us being in their kitchen they try to work around their free time pre-opening of the restaurant how much time they have to give us for prep so nga change ka menu make it a little bit lighter on the prep so that it's easier because nga day tang mga sometimes nga should hire my junior to help me and other than that kalong tang ki chefs badon hakatuka restaurant but maki they're already very busy with their menu so accordingly nga should change ka menu and nga should kran but ki ba katno ki item ngan bo ha ka menu ne fila ban accommodate ya ka jaka finla ban I fridge space yang ban le katni they can have adjust for every place that I go to
kumjuru bat ka ni ka jing pitmai mo ka jing pitmai ha ka menu ne le de upgrade le de rum kumnu fi le ban upgrade le de ba kumjuru ya ka menu le ni ki jing ba ha ka ni ka kam ka ba phile
nga she gain inspiration from different things like books and even Instagram but mostly the shows nado ba nga don na school when MasterChef came on TV MasterChef Australia kato kade ka biggest inspiration janga ban start ya ka gourmet process ken ba hado kato ka por ba ka wan ha TV kum ki channel TLC lele ngadang shu shed na ki cookbooks jong e making take along come old school cooking traditional cooking and after ka one ka MasterChef lele they ka play ka your thinking it opens up when you watch what is happening outside the country what is happening outside and how forward they are so even now I only watch food shows like my favorite shows to watch are only food shows, and I gain inspiration from that. And nga perkat, oh, ngalaban le akong tani. Then I thought quickly, I write down notes, and that's how I do.
Te kum no kum nong chef kum baker kum chef mo te ki jat soft skills pat ki di ban ki don kampan ama kin don kam ban hiru di tang ban shu chef ne ban shu im hab don kam hiru ki jat ki soft skills te ki kum ki pat long fen pen chai halo kata
see hado minta mostly ki chef ki should don ha kitchen, but now ki chef bahe barakhat ki pau nam baki mi na kitchen, but like kren ya ki gas kalong important ha ban nang ban kren. It doesn't have to be that you speak perfect English. Ki chef ba kren hindiat like English and all of that is also there, but you just have to build your confidence that ngatip ya ka jing bam ka jing shet jonga, and ngan chu convey ako message ken ya ki breu ba nga perkhat ayu nga gain inspiration na le. I feel like that's very important, and for me it's been my major point of being able to do what I do today is simply because nga like kren. I make it a point that I try as quickly even dangale ki course menu perhaps like I plate by plate ya ki breu nga mare in between ban like explain, because ka jingvam jongi lele without explaining people will not understand ne, but as it is kim danang about anything about the Northeast and Meghalayan food, so it's very important to go and explain. So I always go running and encourage just like my juniors lele, please come out of the kitchen and go talk to people. Even in the restaurant bangile mangi ni nga train yaki because in that restaurant nga le front of the house, and nga train yaki servers ki bartenders but ki chefs haka restaurant jangi tinga train yaki even if you can only speak Hindi, just be confident to go up to your guests and explain to them, because dafim explain kimnum tip ki taste ayu kimnum tip ba ka long rooted na egen kum kitung tab kiturumbai, which is completely new to people.
Beans mo ngilished dan hai ni beans mo.
You have to explain to people what it is. So
ting tang nakakalaro ka rong mo.
Have explain barok hiking ka one like ngadon haka menu the first course ngale kumbangi bam pan imbat katung tab lele as a tea snack mo. Ting I explain yaki kan ba ni shong hajan shula roast potatoes neki boiled potato, and we have with tungtab ka kade ka jamau lele. Have explain ki tiar kum kini, so
pibatay ru ki tiar
hoy kan habatay bagi le haka jingsha mau lele, but ni kur ya katuka tungtab naka mau katuka de ka jamau. They find it very interesting because it's an interactive conversation. So all of the chefs nowadays, all over India and the world, the ones that are popular are simply because they go and talk to the guests and explain what is the idea.
Very important. Bishibun bapila Samla ya kataka jing ay jong pi hakbay de bakadika skills. Kum churut te habay de bakatapat ka pat ka response ka bapijuyo abhapat naki guess lani habay tre lang te kalong kum no ka response jopi
ka response niyo babha ki chefs ru bah tre kam ha kini ki restaurants kimju pat taste ya ki ingredients jongi kimju pat shed pat ki da kita bro ndian soi nang ni nang tu karukom bangi shed mangi is very unique. So makiru kilong interested ha ban pet bangi ni shed kumnu ngi process kumnu ya ki ingredients jongi, and many of them have said ki we will put this on our menu also if you don't mind. and naki guess ru kilong surprise ha ba it takes a little bit of convincing mo and ongya kata nga hab da leg nga hab long pushy nga hab please try this, you know, from this region, this is this. They after convincing pareda just try one thing. If you like it, then you order more from it, but just give one chance more, try. They should try, and then they order more, and then kilong interested ha they kishikali after that mo okay about the place, the weather, when is the best time to travel. So like indirectly along like tourism advertisement also, but ongyaki like which season is the best. Dafikwa one pet ya ka slap ya Cherrapunji like abode of the clouds, one kata one ha July dafikwa one ya ban ki festivals lele ka wine festival, autumn festival kani kata one ha October. So ka conversation kami from the food, because food is always a conversation starter, and led to all of these directions also. So I feel like now I'm tourism ambassador also.
Kumjuru ako akali nakaliang jong ay ko yung skona piru ke epat ka signature dish jong pipat.
Oh, nga don bon ki signature dishes.
The local Samla yeah.
So okay, so mostly I won't call it signature dish, but then I make it a point ba kanika dot neyong jongi. Actually just neyong. Nga include haka menu barakhoi. But I'll tell you a story. From the first show, Phanbuh, nga use I think our lysin ka neyong in different forms, but ka dokha, but ka haki dishes jonga. Chef Ranveer Brar was the judge there, and then again he was the judge when I went to MasterChef also. Ma'u Uday, he was the one who gave me the name Tribal Gourmet in that first show. Ba nalale ka jingshat khasi, and I converted it to make like snacks and all of that. And he said, "This is what Tribal Gourmet is. What you're doing." Chef, that'll be the name of my company. And that's exactly how I did it, and I registered it also. And uong yanga looks like kaniyong kade good luck charm jongfi. You should always carry little bit of niyong in your pocket when you do your cooking. And I said yes, I'll follow that. And hado manta dangra niyong haka bag jonga for good luck. So also I feel like kajing shed bangi use but ka neyong kalong come easier ban accept yaki brio no danga first taste yaki nong sorry they will not like flavors like tungtap and torumbai ba kalong strong air
haka jingsma ne haka
hot baki like North Indians lele they're not used to this kind of smell and taste. So dangan let ya nga ong yaki man try kato the first dish, then they will not want to have anything else. So that is why the first that I always introduce, because it's my good luck charm, and also because I feel ba katuka the nutty taste of neyong and all of that is more acceptable to them. So I usually introduce that.
Tehnya ru habai dei bikini ki jingklia mo ingredients jo fi laju don kino ki ingredients ki ba film pat jule manta long ne phila aju try lo ne kom no ne laju don ma pat jule kini ki kino no ki ingredients haka ne ka kam jo phi
no ki of course ki don bun ki ingredients ba nga la ko aban include but nga klam da yo because of many reasons nga pet ka availability, because ki ingredient jungi shani ki long seasonal ha ki jhur ki so ki long seasonal ha te nga adjust ya kata shwa. Secondly, ka restaurant ba nga collaborate with also daki don ka bandwidth ban procure na do nang nilele. Thirdly, depending again on the restaurant and what the restaurant is on a normal day basis and their audience, nga should change yaka menu according to that. So again, depending on where I'm doing it makes a big difference to the menu. So there are a couple of reasons. So and also but I feel like ngalale akani ka come and kani ka pop up nado 2017 pada nga I feel like ngadang don like I still have a long way to go ban pinbnaya kibrio about Khasi food and the Northeast. So although ngalakwa man been change and been tap ki weki chor but ki so lele haka menu every time nga introduce yaka new audience nga le ka like the basics no to show them this is the most popular food we have and all of that. So every time I reach a new audience I have to show them that basics, so I don't really get to include too many things and make too many changes in that way. But if I'm doing a repeat in some place like ngala le biang ka pop up and nga tip ba kani ka audience ban one kila adapt taste ka jingshet jonga ha kani ka pop up ne katu ka pop up ngala ban try something new because kila adapt try kila don ka idea ba okay Khasi food is like this, it tastes like this ka jingshet ka longkum ne ka technique longkum ne, then I get to try something new with them.
Tumut yakabamanta long pi don bit menta shane ne pi kalong kumlo ka dukam trekam jopi kanat wa jopi yakabamanta yakabamanta long pi trekam shabar shane pi let pi wan ne kumlo kalong ka dukam trekam jopi
mostly ngal one hangi because of course even me lele hangi but keep up nga le shatu hi because hangi in the future ngansa le, but here because we are already used to it, we eat this food every day and all of that, so my aim is to reach people outside. That is why I do all my pop-ups in Delhi and all of that, because my goal is to teach people about Meghalayan food.
Tumut yakabamanta lo pidang long lo pidang yale ban pen bhashu shu yakakam.
Yes.
Keep on learning more along na.
Yes.
Thì fidang don kinu ki ba piong mane fidang kwa ban pen mi tamba empat long pat nama ki don ki bu ki factors ma.
Hai.
Tumut nang ni sakmat kin terang mi ki ideas jo pi de. Ta. Ti hakabai de ba kawai pa ka bangai iru pisu tenat lu ban pen wan kini ki design sejak kerja design si bade kini kin multi part. Ti kumno katuru ka ketik masih yakin mama bapi bun ki ideas creativity mo telo pen samla hakano ka dos penwan duri tiki multi parts ki bapi ju pelat baha ka website jopi mo bapi I Tanisha Phanbuh.
So multipod actually come by he or she who does multiple things and is able to balance multiple things on their plate. That is what multipod means. So like I said ka free time jonga lele nga shit kwa ban le something else that is creative and aside from the food, so that nga gain inspiration nang turu ha. Firstly nga it's like re-practicing my skills, because of course fi hab pen don kam kikti jong fi pan ya shet pan ot lele, but using your hands in design is a whole different thing. They nga shit chukwa ban practice ban should use yaka skill jonga ban lek, and I don't want to forget it. So nga le kitiar kum nga produce personalized like pop sockets, nga shit been personalized, like I make posters and for all these events and all of that also ngashna ki poster ngashna ki gift sets nga all kinds of things, but I don't use yakato because what I use my like design brain is in the plating of the food and ngale ayu haki table lele, so it's combined like hakaway ka pop up bangale ha Pullman Hotel. Also I'm thankful ba ki ong makihi ba fi kwan le ayu ban attract ki guest ha ka hotel lobby ba ka bahe ha kumno kinte ba fi le pop up shapo ha ka to ka restaurant jongki ting ong nga kwan le installation ting le ka installation which was completely just inspired, an inspired design. Te nga tho nga shna ka poster shwa ban ya tho ya ka story of ka pasentiu. So ka folklore jongi ka pasentiu, and then nga translate ya ka tu ha ka design ken. Te nga boro ya ka ni ka kunup na Meghalayan age te nga shit kam but Meghalayan age ha Delhi ru quite a lot. Ba maki ru ki le kini ki curated events ba ki wanra ki skilled artisans tang ni ya ki textiles ka fashion ka music ka jingtem all of that they do all of that. They nga shit le ka food for them, and nga shit take inspiration from what is that event, what is happening, and nga include ha ka jingbam king. So anyway nga boro ya ka kunup he nang to nga like boro na ki ka studio ka mannequin, and nga pinpong nga pinjam ka dhara bat ka thoro, and we decorated like a whole head of flowers so that it explains like Pasenteo and the story of the flowers luring. Then we also made mini versions of that to be like centerpieces on the table. So Kibrio, they really liked it. So I also nga interpret yakatuka story also nga interpret haka ajing bamru te nang to nga connect kan ba ka inspiration ya ki dishes ha ki menu jonga kalong kumta. Even in the caterings that I do, I should like to just recently ngile away on fashion textiles, and like the designers from here, Daniel's Aim and Kini Ho Clothing and Daisy Moment, Kiwan ha Delhi one le ka event, and ngashim inspiration by ki textiles jongi. This is all use ka shinrai ban color ya ka textiles ni use ki jajeo lay ban color ya ki textiles tenga include kato ka menu kenya. I made special items but done with color from natural the shinrai, natural rosella ka black rice lay.
Gidon kata ka connection mo.
Yes. So for me, haka in my brain, ka design and ka food ka shit mix.
Kom juru kini ki multipart ke bapishna rung e kidon kinja ke bere dakano ka tur pa phipin oshro phi hakano ko lo phile hi ne phi don nong ya rap ha bai de ba ka to
le hi bar ka
oro ki to ki pelai ha pa ki website ju phi.
Yes.
Semut yakitu pat long phi yo jingnang jingtip kuno ka dika jingtip na la de ne phi yo jingtip na ki kot ne ki internet ne hakano ko do
nga show experiment honestly. I mean, research in the internet, but then for things like this, DIY, do it yourself. You have to experiment yourself. But most of these videos and all that, shabar from foreign countries and all of that, like Russian videos and all of that, or American videos, ki products ba ki use maki, yo hangmi ha India. Na dangi yo ha India ru ka long different, like the processing of and using mixing ki paints but ki mediums and all of that ka pair ha. If you have experiment hi ala de
ban su thu kham ya no experiment is long su thu te ha eng le ka long kum ne ka output ka long no ha te khaba kha do hiat pang kwa kali pat khaba phi la don man ta ha ka ne ka food industry pat ka e ka jinga phe ka ba phi sham ka ba man ta ka ba mishwa long ka e ka jinga phe ha ba de ba ne ka food industry ka ba mishwa ba ka ba man ta ka do ji phe ri yo
ka bon ka jing phe ba mishwa of course ka de shwa ba ka nga join mga ka industry nga shit yo sngo ba ki ha ka industry it was very difficult for girls especially, and people think that women are not strong enough to be in the industry because food industry it's very tiring, it's very taxing, it's very labor intensive, and kitu ki hotel lele they have to cook in bulk, so the dishes and everything are very big, very heavy. So there were very less women in the industry, but now there are so many more. I'm so happy that, you know, as a whole also, we are showing that we are very much at par, that we can work the long hours. Nilaban raki to ki kyo he, nilaban don ha kam, but yang baro she's ni kharar kanta. Apart from that, of course, there's always growth in any industry. So before, the industry used to be just about classics. It was always, you know, just intercontinental food. Like continental food is the term for everything foreign, and Indian food is there. But now, ki regional cuisines kila along important because manta ba ki chefs ki all the young chefs, they're very interested in learning more about regional cuisines, and ki one ra kato haka menu, ki thap haka menu. It's so they interpret it very interestingly. So now, and also social media plays a big part, because even when I was starting, like the network broadband is so bad here. When download yaka recipe, ham up shipau minute bah ka recipe kan download man menta pada 2 seconds long on Google, on YouTube la your video la, follow chef on Instagram la, but technique you use kan much easier menta pan to learn. Take a generation menta that enters the industry kila they already have a lot of knowledge, much more than we had, because mangingi we only learned from books, and very few had access to Google, and others were like you learn on the job. So now they're much more privileged. Long smart the new entrants, because kila already learn so much ahead.
Kalong available bete. Available
the ingredients room menta kila your load like menshwa nga shit download ki recipe jong master chef lele ban try half of the things smooth ho ka ekani kam don nga akli haki dukan ru kim tip ka ekato, you know, menta padela ayo load because la import
la dan snik shipping ni sok pala do kata-kata
sok pala
ngilapoy siya bakun diyan nga kwa bapin ay ka kubor ka message kamtam ke bape ya kani ka program nama lamba itay kubor ni message bafi ay mafi nga kamen ba kinda na project kiri ku aktik sim namba kani ka jinga kren jingi mitasi tika ay ka message ka kubor bafi ka ban ay shaki pat ba.
Thank you so much. You all are watching this show. Thank you for all the support. I feel like ngadon ka support jong kibrio, and even if people don't know me, I feel like, you know, Meghalaya is very close to my heart, and I'll do all I can to promote it. Please do help me in my endeavor to promote what the state has to offer. But what we have is very special, and people should know about it. And follow your dream, even if you falter, and you know, if anything happens to you like it happened with me, don't give up, because I feel like you know, it's destiny, along fate. Whatever happens to you, don't think that something went wrong. Just get up and start again.
Please bun kong Tanisha Phanbuh ba pila sa ame ka jingya lenti jong pi ha kani ka kam galyang shet bat kum juru ban kenti ya kani ka jingbam jong ki Meghalaya sa par jong ka jalla Meghalaya te benginang kitbok ru pi ba pinang bha pinang sani shushu ki kam jong pinani shahmat ba kum juru ka we ka pi nglaklet ban ong pi dia mane ba pin sa mi sa ka we di ka upcoming ka to ka shows ka ba I can think
Hills on a Plate.
Ikit bok ke biar makatulu kan ya be ya nanti but kanwan ulong kat kum ba pitmu nadu ba.
Thank you so much ba kanika show lele ka long extra special ba ki produce na Meghalaya by the government, and it's about Meghalaya, it's about the food and the tourism and the beautiful place that we live in. So Fingers crossed.
Boleh syukur.
Thank you so much, Kong.
Bat kumjuru ya pi baru ki Peit ba ngila poi sebekut jong kane keren sang ya kemen ba kane keren sang mengwarak tas ngi klawara shibun ki jing mento ya pi baru bat kam tam ki basu tenat ha kane ka kam shet kam tiu kumba ila ya thu ikong Tanisha bakolong ke ke basu tenat ha pi don menta ha kane ka kam shet tang ba dan kam ya ka jing trish tom ka jing ya isha bat ban but thik but nanti ya ka ba pitmu nadu ba pitang pin dabe hadu ka jing em jong pi ka jing ya lenti klem da kernan dil lagi don kinu ki jing ya tingin se syam yang pan ha ka we ka program but ha ka we ka channel but kubli shibun but ngan sun kurma biang pi ba kan ka one life tislang ka sha nyangi na ka por ka barang ilang penmi kum kini kiren sa kubli shibun